Have you ever felt like you're doing absolutely everything in your relationship? You're capable, you're smart, you're driven, but at the end of the day, you're just frustrated. You're left wondering why your partner just doesn't seem to get it. Well, it turns out this is an incredibly common story. And today, we're going to look at a framework that completely reframes this whole dynamic, not as some kind of personal failing, but as a bug in the system.
So let's just dive right in with this. This is the central question from the source material. Think about it. For generations, all the focus has been on men learning how to understand and please women. But what if there's this huge glaring knowledge gap on the other side? What if women were never really given the tools to understand how the male operating system actually works?
And this imbalance, this asymmetry, the source material actually has a name for it: the discrepancy. It creates this dynamic where women often find themselves just waiting, kind of hoping their partner will read their minds and figure out what they need, instead of actively creating that reality together. It basically puts you in the passenger seat of your own relationship.
Okay, so to really get this, we've got to look under the hood at what's called the hidden energetic blueprint of a relationship. You can think of it like the code or the operating system that's running in the background. It's what's really governing attraction and connection. And there are two key parts to it.
So first up, you've got your interface. Now this is your personal programming. It's your default settings, the behaviors and beliefs you bring to the table. It basically dictates how you interact, how you give, how you receive. It's the software that you're running.
And then, second, there's something called the coherent nexus. This is the actual connection itself. It's the vibe, the chemistry, the energetic field between you two. When your personal interfaces are aligned and working together, this nexus is strong. Everything just flows. The attraction is there. But when they clash, that's when the nexus breaks and you get that awful, familiar feeling of disconnection.
So how do we keep that nexus strong? Well, a healthy connection thrives on polarity, this dynamic tension between two different energetic poles. The masculine energy, that's all about direction, action, protection. And the feminine energy, that's about flow, surrender, nurturing. You see, a great relationship needs both to create that spark. The real problem starts when both partners are trying to operate from the exact same energetic pole.
Which brings us to the common bugs, the things that can corrupt this whole system. The source material points to 4 really predictable errors that women, often with the absolute best of intentions, make that cause the whole connection to just crash.
And this table here, it breaks it down perfectly. You can see how each of these common errors violates a fundamental law of relationships. For instance, when a woman takes on a mother role, it violates the law of ordering, the idea that partners are equals. And boom, it just kills the sexual polarity. Or being hyper-independent, right? That breaks the law of balance, the give and take, and it just makes her man feel useless. Then there's rejecting his masculine nature, which violates belonging. And finally, expecting him to be a mind reader, that totally ignores the law of reality and just sets everyone up to fail.
Let's just zoom in on 2 of the most common and destructive interfaces. First, you've got the mother interface. This is the one that corrects, controls, and manages everything. What it does is create a son, not a partner, and it absolutely destroys any erotic tension. Then there's the hyper-independent interface. This is the one that says, "I've got this, I don't need anyone," and refuses to receive help or gifts. Well, this systematically makes a man feel redundant. It literally pushes him away.
And this quote just nails the core paradox, doesn't it? A woman gets so frustrated that her partner does nothing, but her own stance, whether she's controlling everything or refusing all help, leaves absolutely no room, no energetic space for him to actually step up and take any initiative in the first place. All right, so if that's the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, here's the good news. It's not about trying to fix him. It's about upgrading your own system. It's about making a shift from being a passenger in the relationship to becoming its lead architect. And there's a 3-step blueprint for it. So here's how you can rewrite your relational code. Step 1, you de-install that passive filter. You get rid of the "he should just know" idea and replace it with "I am a co-director of our reality." Step 2, you align the energetic nexus. This means really understanding that masculine energy thrives on appreciation and space, not constant criticism. And finally, step 3, you upgrade your interface by actively learning his operating system, male psychology, biology, with genuine curiosity, not with judgment. And let's be really clear about something. This is not about being passive or subservient, not at all. As the source material says, knowledge of the other is the shortest path to your own power.
Understanding his world, his psychology, it gives you the keys to create the exact dynamic that you actually want. It's empowering.
And this all leads us to the ultimate outcome of making this internal shift. See, the goal isn't to change him, it's not to manage him. The real goal is to activate him.
When you upgrade your own interface, the entire system responds. You're no longer the passenger, you're the lead architect. And here's the magic. A man who feels truly and deeply understood doesn't need to be nagged or changed. He is naturally activated. That masculine drive to provide, to protect, to cherish, it gets re-engaged all on its own. Instead of two systems just clashing all the time, you have two architects who understand each other's blueprints, building something so much greater together.
So if you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this powerful reframe. The goal isn't to manage your man like he's a project that needs to be fixed. It's to inspire him. Because when you become the architect of your own energy, you create the space for him to be inspired. And an inspired partner? That's a whole different ballgame.